Okay, folks, this is something I've never done before. I got this given to me, if I remember correctly, for free. It's a bit boring. The colour scheme is a bit bland, El Blando, but it could come up a treat. Let's see if we can make it a treat. Okay, let's see what this is. It is retiree, so it's about retirement. Yeah, as a person with a disability working in a Australian disability enterprise, people like myself wouldn't typically get much money in retirement, where we work for a pittance. We don't have, it's just going to be a little bit of pocket money at the end of my churn, at the end of my job. It's not worth it. I really wish that superannuation wasn't compulsory, that you could have the money now, because it's not going to be much use later on anyway. It's really silly. Now that's come up looking interesting. I do think we can take a section out of that and maybe enlarge it. But basically, people with disabilities don't have that much money, and we don't have much to retire on. So, it's almost a pointless exercise, retirement, or should I say superannuation. So I'm going to put a head up in the corner here. So yeah, it's really like people with disabilities just don't typically earn that much money, and we don't have that much money, so we're really quite short on cash, and retiring just seems like a joke that we don't get paid much, and yet we still have to go through the motions of. And this is shit house. I'm going to use this one. Fuck it. But basically, retiring is pointless. It's pointless having the superannuation when you just don't have much money. Just trying to see how big we're going to make this, roughly. Just going to make it a bit bigger than here. So there we go. So yeah, it just seems like a silly exercise having to retire, having to rely on superannuation, and there's just not enough super in a typical disabled person's account. We're not rich. We're not fucking rich, and being disabled really sucks. I'm trying not to focus on my disability by doing these demos. I'm trying to get this stuff to go on the 6 o'clock news so I can get in touch with a lost partner as well, and also focus on what I can do and not what I can't do. I've got to stop being angry at my brain damage I acquired at birth when I had a cord around my neck and I came out breech. But it really does piss me. And that's come up looking quite nice, except I've enlarged it too big on the horizontal, but that looks quite interesting. But basically I really want to get recognised as an artist, as well as trying to get in touch with a lost partner, both of which would result in me being better off financially, as well as having someone to love and to be with. It gets very lonely on my own, folks. Not having much moolah or money. I do feel like producing these demos, I am on borrowed time, and this has come up looking nice, except we do need a bit more horizontal. But really it's difficult trying to get recognised as a bona fide artist. My dad doesn't respect my creative photocopier use. He tells me if you want to be successful, you got to paint and draw. But I'm not a painter and I'm not a drawer. I can't do those things, and there's just so many people doing it anyway. But Dad reckons, Dad's a fucking asshole. He's an ableist shithead. He doesn't care about my disability. That I should focus on what I can do, not what I can't do. He wants me to be normal. He wants me to be fucking normal. And he doesn't care that he's hurting my feelings by making me feel bad about myself to be myself. And I really find it so annoying that my dad expects me that if I want to be a success, I've got to do something normal, that people, something that is considered, safe and familiar. But that's not being myself, folks. I can't be a painter and a drawer. I had a go at painting and drawing on my computer, and I do like the special effects you can get with the paint box that's on my Windows 10 desktop from Microsoft. But basically, I still struggle to find new ideas because I don't work as a person who can just paint and draw and think of something interesting to paint and draw. I just run out of ideas. Even though I do enjoy using it on the computer, and you can get all sorts of effects and ways of using these virtual paint brushes and textures and shit. But basically, even with that, I can't get much out of it. I just run out of ideas. I'm just so caught up in the whiz-bangery of how the effects look, and I just don't have the ability to draw, and I haven't got the ability to execute it either. Even if I have an idea in my head, it's not likely I'm going to be able to make it happen. I can't draw photorealistically either, of course. So, yeah, and I just wish my dad would fucking just let me be me. So I'm trying to get this stuff to go to air on the 6 o'clock news, so I can get in touch with Luigi and also make peace with my dad and also my brother. My brother also disapproves of my photocopier art. They're both normalists. They're normal people on roids, really big time. Anyway, that's got a real minimalist or semi-minimalist look to it. I think it's okay. I think we can now call it quits.